I'm going to start standing up in hopes that she'll go away. Get a Frenchie, they said. Okay, go on, get out of here. Or lay down. Come on, lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Okay, yay. Here we go. Let's see if Banks can stay a good Pilates dog right here, still on camera, while the other two dogs roam freely about. Well, welcome in. Thanks for your patience. I'm Nicole. I'm your Pilates instructor. And today we're here at my home, in my backyard, in the courtyard area, for a bit more natural experience, a bit more relaxation, a little bit of lecture today, plus a workout. So last week we touched on Joseph Pilates' legacy, his books, The Caged Lion, about his legacy, and then Joseph Pilates' original book, The Return to Life of Contrology. So that book Joseph Pilates wrote in the 60s, that's correct, in the 60s. And he actually modeled all of those photos in that book of him himself at age 60. So it's pretty crazy. If you ever just like take a look in that book and see the photos, a 60-year-old man performing those exercises is pretty impressive. So it just gives you hope and something to look forward to. Like, yeah, this stuff actually works. Like, I can do this. So today we're going to have a little lecture on Joseph Pilates and his book and his like dharma, his mantra, his values, his core values, his beliefs, I guess you could say. So we're going to talk about return to life. And then we're also going to do a little workout inspired by Joseph Pilates' original workouts from that book. So let's dive in real quick before we start our exercise. So take a comfortable seat, find somewhere to sit down. We're going to go through some stretches while we discuss Joseph Pilates' Return to Life Contrology to get us warmed up. So find yourself in a butterfly position and getting comfortable here, just trying to settle in. Maybe let's massage the arches of the feet just a bit and let's start talking. So the first question Joseph Pilates asked himself was, how can I be happier? And one might say that you can be happier by getting more money, being more beautiful. Let's switch, bring one leg in, the other leg extends, stretching here. So Joseph Pilates wanted to figure out how to be happier, and he thought that for happiness, that physical fitness is the first requirement of happiness. Not money, not fame, not, resume. So he believed that physical fitness is the first requirement of happiness. And I like where he's going with that. And I hope that they don't ruin this for us right now, because I'm going to put them inside now. And we're going to keep talking about what Joseph Pilates considered physical fitness to be. So Joseph Pilates considered, let's switch, physical fitness to be the attainment and maintenance of a uniformly developed body. So we've got the attainment and maintenance of the body, a uniformly developed body, with a sound mind capable of performing many varied and daily tasks with natural ability, easy ability, and with spontaneous zest and pleasure. So basically, Joseph Pilates says that physical fitness is not only the body component, it's also the mind component. So that's what makes this modality stand out a lot, in comparison to other modalities, is that not a lot of other fitness modalities also contain a mental modality or a benefit of having a sound mind and performing these exercises will help the most, and create happiness, or give you more happiness. So that's it. So first thing, how can I be happier? Joseph Pilates said, how can I be happier? And he says, well, first things first, physical fitness. And what is the definition of physical fitness? And that's when he brings in the body and the mind. So that's what makes this special, Pilates. Another little note that I noticed was, that I wanted to bring in that's related to the Pema Chodron podcast and suffering and Buddhism and stress. And so Joseph Pilates, happiness is directly sometimes related to how much stress you have in your life. And what causes stress and fatigue and suffering? Economic pressure, phones, climate, internet, and who are the lucky ones that are not suffering from any of those things? Not me, not you, I don't think. Somebody maybe not connected to us because they don't have the internet. So that's to say that it's a universal truth and a universal experience that suffering or stress or fatigue is part of our human experience. And nobody can get around that. So that's something we all share in common, and something that Joseph Pilates believed that his method of exercise could help. And so how can you renew vitality to get the energy to exercise? Because if we're stressed, tired, fatigued from everything that's going on in the world, how am I supposed to have the energy to exercise when I get home? I'm tired, I have to cook dinner, I have to do the laundry, I have to feed these feed these misbehaving dogs. They're not crazy, they're misbehaving dogs, or poor-mannered, or poorly trained. Just kidding, or am I not? So how am I supposed to have vitality and spontaneity and zest and happiness in my life when I'm constantly stressed out by economic pressures, climate, everything that goes into our daily lives? Every email, every phone call, every text, every fire we have to put out. No one's privy to avoiding that. So how do we renew that? How do I renew the vitality to do my exercises when I'm so dang tired, is what I'm trying to say. How do I get that? And Joseph Pilates believed that having hobbies and incorporating playtime is how you can fill your cup and create renewable energy to give you the energy to do your exercises to be stronger. So I love that Joseph Pilates is saying, no, it's not just these exercises. It's not just core. It's not just strength. It's not just mobility. Joseph Pilates is saying that, well, that's a component, but if you don't have the zest and vitality to enjoy life and to notice the small things and to have hobbies or playtime incorporated in your life, then how can we actually be more happy? Back to the original question. So that's where we're at today. And I just want to say also, like, play for Joseph Pilates, like the definition of play means pleasurable living. So pleasurable living means anything from taking a walk on a beautiful day to doing our practice outside here today because it's such a beautiful day, or eating some fresh fruit, or going to bed early when I know I have a big day tomorrow. So those are like my disciplined versions of play. Other versions of play could be, pleasurable living could be reorganizing your closet, like color coordinating it, cleaning it out. It could also be having coffee with a friend, or seeing a loved one, or shopping. But there are also free ways to have incorporated play and pleasurable living if you approach it with that mentality. So I try to see it as that Joseph Pilates invites in with pleasurable living as the definition of play. He invites that in to do some things that maybe are free, are at home, can make you feel better, can give you a mood boost. It doesn't necessarily have to be getting a massage or a pedicure or a spa day or whatever it is that you like to spend money on to relax or what you think is pleasurable living. Try to think about some things around you, maybe for free or in your life. Maybe you like to brush your dog's hair. That's play and pleasurable living. But anyway, all that to say, so let's wrap this up here and let me summarize this for you shortly. So Joseph Pilates in the Return to Life Contrology, he says that to be happy, we must have physical fitness in our minds as the first requirement of happiness. And he defines physical fitness as the attainment and maintenance of a physically fit or uniform body and the sound mind with zest and vitality. And Joseph Pilates says the prescription for vitality in your life is his exercises plus playtime, and the playtime is that pleasurable living. So let's dive right into our exercises today. Thank you for listening to this little lecture about these principles, about Joseph Pilates' principles, about what physical fitness actually is and why did he believe this and why do we do these exercises his way and what are his values. So thank you, and let's get right into it. I'm going to take a sip of water since I'm outside today. All right, let's get started on our backs. I feel gently stretched out and warmed up from our little talk. Bring the soles of the feet to stack underneath the knees. My knees are bent. My soles of the feet are pressed into the mat. And then I want you to reach your hands towards your heels just a bit and pull those triceps back. And then just breathe here. My shoulders are rooted into the mat. We're getting warmed up for our bridge. Begin to bring your awareness to the breath on the inhales and the exhales. Inhaling and exhaling. Zip the ribs towards the spine. Inhale to expand the ribs on your back. We expand outwards. Exhale. Zip the ribs. Corset the ribs in towards the spine and towards the navel. 2 more breaths just like that. Inhaling to expand. If it helps to have the hands right here to feel it out, you can. Inhaling to expand. Exhaling. Zipping it in. 1 more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Let's get started. We're going to keep our arms down by our sides. I'm just readjusting my lower back and the blessings there on the mat. Okay, I'm here in tabletop. I want you to take it into toe taps. We're just gently lifting and lowering. Right, and then left, turning on our lower core. Breathing here, nice and slow and steady. There's no rush. Let's just get started. Start finding your flow. Start finding your breath. Nice. Keep it up. Switching, notice that I'm losing my form. So notice how much time goes by before you start to lose your form and need to self-correct. Coming back to center, hold it in tabletop. Straighten up to the sky, flex, point, tabletop. Tabletop, sky, flex, point, tabletop. Sky, flex, point, tabletop. 2 more. Sky, flex, tabletop, point, sky, flex, tabletop, point. Nice. Keeping your flow here. Let's take it into our bent single leg stretch. Arms are going to extend up overhead. Nicely done. Whenever you're ready, breathing here. Exhale, extend the left leg, right hand, the hands come around the right knee, and then we switch. Try to sit up a bit higher. What can we do? Let's go. Bent, single leg stretch. Almost there. Back to center, tabletop, hands come behind the head, abdominal crunch. Try to get the shoulder blades off the mat. Let's start moving. Abdominal crunch, lifting and lowering. Hold it here. Hold it here. We're in our crunch, abdominal crunch, and I want you to pulse it up. Up, elbows to knees. Elbows to knees. Woo! For 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Windshield wiper real quick. And we go straight back into it. Hands are going to come down by the side. Legs up to 90. Arms extend up overhead. We're taking it to climb a tree. I want you to walk your hands up to the top of the foot, reaching the top wherever that is for you. Once you get up at the top, it's like, I want you to think about we're like reaching up and then pulse, pulse, walk it down, switch, walk it up. You can see a big difference here for me. Pulse, pulse, walk it down. Switch, walk it up, pulse, pulse, walk it down. Switch, walk it up, pulse, pulse, walk it down. Switch, walk it up, pulse, pulse, walk it down. Switch, walk it up, pulse, pulse, walk it down. Last one, walk it up, pulse, pulse, walk it down. Walk it up, pulse, pulse, walk it down. Coming into tabletop. We're going into a bird dog variation. Extend your right arm and right leg and then squeeze it back together. Left arm and left leg, squeeze it back together. We're activating our side body. Flow with me here. Find your breath. Right arm extends. Right leg extends. Bring it back to center. Left leg extends. Left arm extends. Bring it back to center. This is not easy. Press and imprint your rib cage into the mat. Pelvis is gently tilted towards the mat too, so I'm not like creating any space in my back here. Everything is pretty stable as best it can be. So my leg doesn't go all the way down, because if it did, then my back would arch. So I don't want you to get your back arched. I want your back to stay nice and straight. We've only got a couple more. Y'all be working me today, that's for sure. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Back to center. Taking it into straight leg rocker. Woo! Can you see my shake? Oh. I'm also on an unlevel surface. Woo! Come on, straight leg rocker. Meet me up on the tailbone, on the sit bones. Okay, that was fun. Meet me in the tabletop here. Meeting me in the tabletop. All right, we're taking it into a donkey kick. So I want you to just take it out to the side and down, up and down, up and down. We're gonna add on. We go up, out, bend, down, up, out, bend, down, up, out, bend, down. Try not to lean into that right side. I'm having a hard time. Donkey kicks for 3, for 2. Last one on this side. Hold it here in that Half donkey kick here, hold it here. Can you pulse it up, 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 up for 3, 2, and 1. Pulse that up. Let's take it to the other side. So I'm going to show it on this side too. 2 different levels here on the ground, but that's okay. We're doing our best. Hands plant in, donkey kick here. Right leg comes up, extend, and bring it back down. Oh, we just warmed up first. So first, up and down. This does take a lot of core work on the side that's lifting. You're really pressing and stabilizing through the obliques and the side body that's lifting. So lifting and then kicking, bringing it in. Out, in. Almost there. Donkey kick, out, in. Almost there. Don't lean into that left side. For 3. For 2. Last one. We hold it in and up. Pulse it up, up. For 3. For 2. And 1. Oh, y'all. If that doesn't burn your obliques, it's glutes and obliques. If that doesn't burn your obliques, you need to try that one again, because she's got a lot going on. Okay, perfect. Oh man, my lower back just bothered me a little bit. Let's take a little stretch here. We'll take a child's pose. If you ever need to take a break or a stretch, please, by all means, between exercises, you can always take a stretch to get reset, to figure out where you want to go from there. Whew. Couple cat cows. Walk the knees up. Come on down to the back. Woo. Now I'm nice and warm. Coming down to the back, my glutes are on fire. My core is nice and engaged. I'm super tight and secure here on my mat. I want you to take your legs and we're just going to start crissing them. This is crisscross. So notice you might want to go real small. That's fine. Notice you might want to go real big. What I want you to notice is, are you keeping both hips steady on the mat and not leaning to one side versus the other? Again, another obliques burner. What if we did like an infinity? Maybe it's not just crisscross. Maybe it's almost like a yin-yang. A yin-yang. Woo! Or maybe it's a circle. For 3. For 2. And 1. Draw it in. Extend your right leg out long. Bend your left knee towards your chest. Twist it over. Let's take a stretch. Breathe here. Find a nice stretch. Coming back to center. Extend the opposite leg, so right or left, it doesn't really matter. Right or left, it doesn't really matter. Extend it. I hope this is still recording. And then twist it over. And then come back to center. Take any final stretches that you'd like. But that was it. That was our lecture and our core oblique burnout today. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.